So I've been working on um, a writing project about motherhood that I'm trying to take my time with because I really want to go in depth, my depth. I can't talk about nobody else's, about, what that means to me. And one of the pieces of the writing project is a segment that's called Mommy's News, Mommy's Blues. And, that section really talks about what takes place in mom's life, the news, our new things, the new things that come about in our experience or whatever, that cause us to feel, think, act, and respond a certain type of way, and the things that make us blue, but not just blue like sad things and whatever, because there's shades of blue. The sky is blue, that's a happy, powder blue. It's dark blue at nighttime, which is still really like mesmerizing, majestic, still blue to me. It doesn't associate with being sad. Blue doesn't associate with being sad to me, but it's just like, your open space. Um, and so yeah, mommy's news, mommy's blues. But in thinking about that, I write about doing that as a project, but actually putting that in practice, like as a mom, I do have a lot of news. Like every day is like breaking news in my life, because my life is so full. And some of those things do cause me to be blue. And I feel like a lot of times as mom, there are things that happen in our experience that we either can't say, don't say, won't say. And that lives inside of us somewhere, even if we don't say it out loud. Um, Coincidentally, today is Say's 7th birthday. And, I find myself kind of sore, not about Say and not about his birthday. I'm so glad that it's your birthday, and that he's getting big and how much progress he has made over the time. Oh my gosh. Like, it just makes me so excited about what else is coming for him. But sore in the simple fact that, I find myself, like I had a small meltdown in the kitchen today. I found myself, you know, having a moment where it really dawned on me that I really am back in single parenthood, right? Um, which was never my intention. It wasn't my intention to be in single parenthood the first time, and it damn sure wasn't my intention to be in single parenthood this time around. But when it really like dawned on me, like, yo, you in single parenthood again, like I had a small meltdown. I had to like get myself together and really realizing, what that was okay. Like I'm supposed to feel, and what I do about that is makes all the difference in the world, right? So, when it hit me in the head like, damn, you single mom and all over again, I'm like, yikes. You know what I'm saying? And having to get myself together, but really understanding in this process, that I've been going in or going through these last couple of years as I have started motherhood all over again. Well, I never really ended, but I started a different phase of motherhood with the small children that I had. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things that came along with that experience was a shock to me, was a shock to my system. And it took me when I thought about it, kept saying the word over and over again, like some of this shit really shocked me. Like I don't even really understand how I got into some of these places. I do now because I take time to reflect and think back or whatever the case may be. But some of the shit that has really happened to me has really shocked me. And I say that word to say, because a lot of the work that I do, I'm trying to do and practices I'm putting in place has to deal with the chakra system, right? Depending on how you pronounce it. I hear it pronounced so many ways. Chakras, chakra, whatever. You understand what I'm saying. And in Western culture, we call it chakra, the chakra systems. But really thinking about some of the shit that has shocked my system, and I had to kind of like get myself back online, right? But really being able to verbalize that and really being able to feel these things and being okay with feeling these things because we live in a society that makes us feel like, and even as women, if you feel or if you respond to feeling that you are weak, that you are being a victim, that you are, a crime, you, all of these things, right? You just can't be sensitive. Even women, right? If we express our concerns and we complaining or you gossiping or this, that, and the fourth, like society has so much to say about our art of expression, but we're always expressing ourselves. Like, they're expressing their opinion about how we express ourselves. That's what this is all about, right? When you really have to like single it out and get all the voices out of your head, or and really kind of put things in place and really being like, yo, like these things that were a shock to my system, they were real things that probably should be shocking to any human being that feels or thinks, you know what I'm saying? And I think that one of the things for me was the dismissiveness of my feelings, and that happens in all types of ways. I've had family members dismiss what I was saying, and I don't know if they always do it with intention. The world is very dismissive, and I'm the type of person, you can dismiss me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to dissipate, right? That's just me, right? You can dismiss me, but I'm still here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I had to really think about it the other day. I was doing some more work and I'm like, really helping myself and other people to understand in this, experience that we're having, and we're all, essentially authoring our own story. When you understand that you cannot be written out of your own story. Like, you can be written out of somebody else's story, but your story will still continue. You can't be written out of your own story. It's up to you to make your story right, to write it right. Either way you want to put it, right, written, whatever, to make it right for you. Get it back to right, and just being honest and owning that and not really caring what anybody has to say or feel about how I feel, because they're not walking in my shoes. They're not having my experience, which is a really big experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have really had to think about, like, as a person, when I think about mothering, right? We all have an experience, but mine's is kind of like unconventional. I have a blended family situation. So I have 3 biological kids that I gave birth to, and they're all really older. And then I have bonus kids from a marriage. And then I have my family members who I'm now responsible for raising them the rest of their entire life. So I have 3 different kind of sets of kids, and it's 7 of them all together. So it's a really big thing. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can dismiss what my experience is. I personally, as a 42-year-old Black female, I don't know another woman in my shoes. I don't know her personally. Like, I'm not saying there's not another. I know there is. But me personally, as to be able to have somebody to resonate with, or, have a soundboard to bounce ideas off, or anybody that would be able to have a small inkling about what it was like to be in my experience, I ain't have none. Right? Okay. I am, sir. Hey, you want to come say hi? This is the little bugger I was talking about, whose birthday is today. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at that smile. Mm-hmm. And your boys, they're going to be dreadlocks. Mm-hmm. We twisting them off, right? Not twist. Yeah, twist. Mm-hmm. We got to get our system back in line so we can set sail. You understand what I'm saying? Like, really thinking about in this single momhood journey. And that's another thing I feel like that happens to us that we can't really say because you look soft or you look whiny or whatever the case may be. When we have these relationships or have kids or whatever, we sign on for, an experience with another person, and we're supposed to be doing this thing together. But I really had to think about today in my life, and especially with raising kids and just myself, period, being a kid, there's a lot of people who have jumped ship on me. They have abandoned our relationship. They have abandoned their responsibilities that they made with me. Right. And leave me to hold it back. Not just me. We all do. A lot of us do it, and we do it, and we're made to feel like we supposed to do it. And that's not it. And if we don't walk around with an attitude like we supposed to do this, then we're somehow less than. We cannot have no feelings about being in single parenthood, or else that is a reflection of how much we love mothering, or whatever the case may be, which is why I cannot wait to really unfold this mothering writing project. Because that mothering mindset, fam, it causes us a lot of anxiety. It does. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to free myself from it, because like I said, I've been doing it a long time. My situation doesn't look like any other situation. And the longer I try to put myself in the guidelines, the mom guidelines, whoever makes those up, the crazier I'm going to be. Because I can only be me.